Hey everyone, it's Mike from Rogala Photography here. I got a special treat for you today. I am going to show you one of my setups for toy photography. How I set up the toys themselves. If I have a diorama or any accessories, I'll show you how those go. I'll show you some lighting. And then I'll show you my camera setup as well. Not so much the settings or anything like that. That you're going to have to do based on your setup. But I'll show you, how I have it set, looking, facing, the height, that kind of stuff like that. So let's get started. As you can see here, I hope. Sorry, I'm filming on my Pocket 3 here. So this is what I have set up. It looks really, really bright here. But obviously in camera, it's going to look a lot different. But you can see I have everything set up. And again, it's not set up exactly the way a real city would look like. It's set up based on the way I want my camera and the actual composition to look in camera and eventually in the photo, okay? And you can also see I have my lighting all set up here as well. And I mean, this is all pretty much subjective right here. So how you want to set up. Now you can see I have Godzilla. He is the light ray one. I believe it's a 1991 version by Hiya Toys. I tell you, Hiya Toys is doing phenomenal work with Kaiju, which is the Godzilla and, all those characters right there. But anyway, I'm going to get a little closer here. You can see I have my city set up here. I had the little mini cars. The buildings actually were made by a guy named Anthony on Etsy. His store name is CosmicYuups. I'll put his link in my description. CosmicYuupsCreations is actually his full name, and he made these for me. I'll tell you, he does phenomenal work. These are all 3D printed. He's actually in the process of making a few more things for me as well. The trees, I got those at Hobby Lobby. You can get them on Amazon too. The telephone poles, I actually just got those. Those were actually recommended by SirDork, who is someone I follow who's actually really got me into toy photography. I got those on there, dirt cheap. The lighting, I'll talk about that in a minute. But you can see the buildings. The ones that I had to show the destruction on them, those are actually more recent. And then the other ones was the first set that I actually got from him. All that. But inside a couple of the buildings, I put a small rig, like a little cube light in there to kind of light up the windows. And if you want to, you could change the warmth of them and kind of make them look warmer or whatever. I have a newer light over here, kind of warming things up, but make it look like flames. I have another one back here in the back. Actually, I think that one might be that one's another newer. Then over here, I have a panel light. I think it's a Ulanzi one, and I got one back there as well. And then if I back up a little bit, up here at the top, this one, this is a newer, like a desk lamp. It's a disc. I don't want to blow out your eyes here, but you can kind of see what it looks like right there. And I got two of those going right there. And I mean, pretty much that is it. And then let me back up over here and you'll see here's my camera set up. And if I get in closer, you'll see exactly what I'm seeing here. Now, I'm going to actually have to get my fog machine out. I forgot to get that out. But I got that set up right here. And then I have this remote by Ulanzi that I use. So this way, I'm not bumping in or moving. I'm using a monopod here because I don't really have a lot of room here in my studio. Ideally, I would like to be set up on a tripod. But anyway, this works pretty good for me. But I'm using what am I using? The 24-70 on here. And then again, I got this all set up on here, and that's kind of what it's going to look like. When the photo's done. Now, obviously, I'll be doing some editing and everything like that. But you can see I have other things up here. Like I have some other lights up there that I'll use once in a while. I have a mini C-stand. I tell you, I can't praise that thing enough. I wish it wasn't so expensive. I'd like to get another one. They're like $50. I mean, I saw it on sale one time, I think for Prime. It was like $39, and I should have grabbed another one when I had the chance, and I didn't. But I tell you, I would like to get at least one more of those. But those are fantastic. And I just got it set on a piece of foam board, and pretty much I got some foam board back there in the back right there. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's a simple setup as it goes. So, but everything, take your time. I actually just spent like 45 minutes to an hour setting this all up here, kind of trying different things. I have a bridge over here that I had in there originally, and now I'm just using it to rest my lights. I just couldn't, right now for this particular setup, I couldn't really get a setup I really wanted for that. But let me get my fog machine, and I'll get a little bit of fog, and then we'll start taking some photos. All right, guys, this right here is my fog machine. You may have seen this in some other people's videos, but it is by Ulanzi. Other companies make them too, but I tell you, the Ulanzi one is great. It's nice and small. This right here in the front is a remote control. It actually comes off, so if you want to actually set it up somewhere on a tripod, then you can use a remote. And then all you do is just hit the button, and you'll see the fog comes out right there. So, it's pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of fog in here. So let me switch over. Now, usually what I do is I put a little bit more than I need. Oh, there we go. And I try to make sure that I don't hide my character too much. And I'll start taking some photos. You see with the remote, I could do it right there. And then once the fog kind of clears out, I just add a little bit more. And again, I change it up a bit on how much fog I use. I think I got a little bit of a draft here somewhere. Actually, you know what? I know what it is. It is, oh no, it can't be. It's not that. I have a fan. I have the Canon R5 Mark II, and it can still overheat. So I have a fan on here. It's a Tilda cage that has a fan built into it, but I don't have the battery on it, so it's not it. And there, just do that like that, and then let me see. And I just do a bunch of different ones. You don't want to go too crazy with the fog, but the good thing about the fog is that, oh, hang on here, sorry, I'm trying to, that's not going up, I don't understand why. Okay, there we go. Oh, the button kind of sticks on it sometimes, though. I don't know. I think it might be something that I'm doing wrong. But there you go. Now I got the kind of fog that I want here. So now I'll start. And I'll just take a bunch of photos. I don't really want to do spray and pray, but just enough to kind of make it look cool. And if I have to, I'll come over here on the other side, get some more. And I like to kind of send the fog through the buildings. And it kind of makes it like that. There we go. That's better. Boom. There we go. Oops. Let's see what I'm doing here. Sorry. But as you can see, and the fog machine, if you're worried about the smoke, it's not real smoke. It's actually the liquid that's used in it. It's basically the same kind of stuff that they use in vapes. And the whole system is actually set up like a vape. And it's like kind of like it's built off of like a vegetable oil. So do a couple more here. Let me go over here, get some fog here in the back. And then over here. There we go. And then get my remote here. Oh, see, now I'm like definitely over fogged up here. So let me wait for it to kind of just dissipate a little bit. And I apologize, I'm not really used to doing a shot like this with the pocket. I usually set it up on a tripod or something like that, or I'll do more of a vlog type stuff with it, but there we go. See, now I lost some of the fog, but you'll see down in here, it kind of stays down on the ground a little bit too, so it's actually kind of cool. And you could see, I mean, if I come down here like this actually looks like like a real city, you know? I mean, once you get, it's all about a point of view and your perspective. Get a couple more out here on the front here. There we go. Oh, that looks good like that. See? You got to try different angles. You know, it's lighting, and then you also got to do like the fog. You know, just different angles, and you'll get, you know, different results. And it's all, and a lot of it you learn on what to do and what not to do, but it's also experimental too, because you know, you may come up with something that's like, oh wow, that came out really good. So anyway, and here's my setup right here. So, I mean, in a nutshell, that's how to set up your toy photography. Now for the camera, you know, again, I'm on a monopod right now. Couple things to think about is, number one, you want to try to get low. Well, it all depends on your characters, but usually you want to make your characters look bigger, more realistic. So you want to get a little bit of a lower perspective. Like this one for this Godzilla, I'm set, you know, pretty low here, and I'm kind of tilted a little bit forward. This monopod doesn't go any lower than what it is right now. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll use a platypod, which is it's a tabletop. It's not really a tripod. It's because it's got 4 legs. Tripods have 3 legs. But it's kind of like a platform here. I think I got it right here, actually. Do I have one handy right here? Let me see. Yep, here we go. So here's the platypod. I may have actually showed it to you in other videos. But you put the legs right here, and then this can set up on a tabletop. Just at this particular desk I'm on, I don't really have enough room. But you can see I would put I have a ball head, screw that right on here. It's got 1/4 20 holes and stuff, and 3/8 holes that you can screw in different attachments. You just got to make sure that your lens is over this part over here. Otherwise, you got to be careful, it'll tip. So you want to make sure you balance it out right. But I'll do this sometimes when I'm on my larger table, when I want more of a depth of field. And I'll use that, and I'll set this up like this. And I have some flexible small rig lights that are made for macro photography. I'll screw them right into here, and then I can move them around and then use it for that. But I mean, this thing, I tell you, it is worth their weight, or it's definitely worth its weight in gold, because I tell you, I've used it quite a bit when I don't feel like setting up a full tripod or anything like that. And it gets you nice and low. And again, depending on the size of the ball head you put on it, if you get a lower or a smaller ball head, depending on the size of your camera, you can get even lower to the third ground. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll try to bring myself, like I'll bring my camera down to almost table level, the lens of it. And again, with this particular monopod, I couldn't come all the way down. But I tell you, this monopod is great for small spaces. iFootage has another one that works really, really good. I actually got it sitting right here. It's got a round base to it. You may have seen them in other people's videos, but that works really well too. So if you're cramped, and you can't set up a tripod, don't worry about it. You can be on a table. If you got a table that you can use a small tripod that the legs come out, or you can use, like I said, a platypod. You can use a monopod, or you can go a handheld too. I mean, if you don't want to go with the remote, like I like using the remote, because once I get set up, I don't want to take a chance on bumping into anything, because I tell you, It is so frustrating when you start setting stuff up and you bump in, and I'm like, oh, everything fell down and everything. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video and it gave you at least an insider's point of view of what's set up. And, you know, again, this particular setup took me about an hour to set it up the way I wanted to. Is it perfect? Probably not. I probably could come up with something different. But it just all depends. And then the rest of it is in editing. So what I think I'll do is I'll take this photo that I just took. I'll do another video and I'll show you how I edit this photo to kind of break it down even further. Because again, usually with toy photography, I don't do anything out of camera. A lot of times you may have to change things around a little bit. Maybe you might have to mask some things in. I try not to use generative fill, but if you're using like a stand for figures, you have no choice but to generate it and remove it in Photoshop. So, you know, but anyway, I'll do that video. That'll be another video coming up within a week or two. So anyway, please like or subscribe to the channel. I tell you, it's really, really helping. You guys are doing phenomenal. Give me some subscribers. Hit like. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, have a very, very blessed day. Very blessed day. And until next time, take care, everyone.